Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Play action here with Dalton. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Now the first running back drafted in April, this is Breece Hall. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Jaguars will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. So Dalton now. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this will remain a scoreless game. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now Love. And his throw is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Ed Oliver through the line and hitting him for the loss.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Love. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? That's complete downfield to James. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9. Passing, it's Dalton. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. Now on 2nd and 13, Love. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Love now. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Love, this is 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Mevis knocks this one through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And really, they're pretty fortunate right now to only be down 3-0 following 2 turnovers. They've got it now 1st and 10. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the
To the right side, this is Taylor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And he finds Tyler Croft. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First and 10, Taylor now. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Back to Taylor on first down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Dalton. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. Gets this one to Hill. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Taylor will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line, so if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them offsides. This time he tricked himself.
Dalton's going to sneak it, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Almost want to go Shakespeare here. My kingdom for a yard. Quarterback sneak, nothing doing.
Better be careful. Shakespeare might sue you.
Yeah, he might come get me, right? Good luck with that, Bard.
They'll look to run with Taylor, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, and the Jaguars have moved out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Here's Love. Towards the end zone for Brown. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. On for the extra point try, Andrew Mevis. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Colts 10, Jaguars 7.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Dalton sets up play action. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are able to move back in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's got Hurst, his tight end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Indianapolis.
Straight ahead is Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third down, Love. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Back to the ground with Hall. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Running left, it's Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Love. Touchdown, Colts. Noah Brown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And it's now 17-14. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
They'll run with Hall, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On first down, right back to Hall. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 62 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Here's Hall again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Breece Hall, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
24, Jaguars 14.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
On second down, a run with Hall. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. That good for 19 and a first down.
19 yards. First down, Colts.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a give to Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing, Love. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Eric Stokes. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Dalton's throw on target to James. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Play action now, Dalton. And hauled in by Croft. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Another chance for Dalton. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
To throw on 2nd and 10, Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Following the interception, Love. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's going to get this down near the 25. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll give to Hall. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
To throw now, here's Love. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Love from the gun on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Andy Dalton. And the grab by Croft. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So Dalton now. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing, Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Coltsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Love looking to throw it. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Nevis on to attempt the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
31. Jaguars 21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Dalton. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Eric Stokes. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Jaguars and the Chargers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Calvin Ridley.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. Touchdown, Chargers. Travis Etienne, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Jaguars nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by Sam Darnold in his 5th year now out of USC. They go play action here on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Darnold. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he brings this one. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Touchdown, Chargers.
CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
First down, Jacksonville.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. Well, this defense for the Chargers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling.
This is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And here, back at the 41.
Tackled back at the 41 yard
13 yards remaining on 2nd down. ETN up the middle. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First and 10 at the
On play action, now Rodgers. He finds his target, Allen. Touchdown! 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point try now for Patterson. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A gain of 4. It's now second
To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, there's a new man here under center. What do you think they saw to acquire him, Charles?
I think they went back to their old scouting reports, because those never go away. And I think that they liked him when he was coming out of school, didn't have the opportunity to get him. But now with this opportunity, they think they can get him back to his former level.
Faking the give, Darnold. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 30. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris. 21-0 our score after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Darnold now to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
At the Chargers 7-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyreek Hill. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags are able to cut into that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Chargers 21.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. On the handoff, Taylor. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Jaguars at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 14. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Darnold from the red zone now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Taylor diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us, because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out. And so far, they have started to do so.
Those 3 words we hear a lot: stay the course. A 1st down throw, Darnold. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, the connection here with Nelson Aguilar. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Rodgers. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Rodgers to throw once more. Etienne bringing in another one. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Handoff running left is Etienne. Oh, he's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
A gain of 9
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Down inside the 10. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this 2nd quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the draw is Taylor. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Darnold's throw taken in by Watkins here. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score.
The kick is
Elliott good on the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your...
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
At the 22-yard line.
Now Rodgers. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw into the hands of Fant. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Here's Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Pierre Desir. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turned the ball over.
And he finds Tyler Kroft. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyreek Hill, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are all tied at 28.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Rodgers. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Rodgers. He finds his target, Allen. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Chargers first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. On 1st down, Rodgers. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Nakobe Dean in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Allen's got it. Touchdown, L.A. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Chargers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
35. Jaguars 28.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Here's Darnold. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Play action. It's Darnold. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Darnold got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyreek Hill, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
35. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. On play action, Rodgers. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the
Throwing is Rodgers. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers, he'll drop that underneath to ETN. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Straight ahead, ETN. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This one caught by Ridley. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll run with ETN. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a...
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 7. Just over a minute 40 to play. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And that's complete to Croft. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Darnold to throw.
At the 25-yard line.
James has got it. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Complete.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are in the field?
Darnold. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now it's Darnold, and it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
Chargers 42.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Now the tides have turned. Now all eyes shift to the Chargers. Trailing by 1 after the 2-point conversion. 34 seconds to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. That pass knocked away by Eric Stokes. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers. Able to find Jones. And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4.
It's 3rd and 7.
Rodgers to throw. Able to hook up here with Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back to throw, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Every eye in the stadium locked in on Riley Patterson. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is indeed good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that bone, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time